What if a small act of kindness, something you did every day without thinking, was actually a test that could change your entire life? This is the story of Jake, a 35-year-old biker, who rode alone through empty highways every night. He had no family, no close friends, just his bike, the road, and the sound of the engine roaring in the darkness. People saw him and felt fear. The leather jacket, the tattoos, the rough face that never smiled. But what they didn't know was that Jake had a heart that once loved deeply, a heart that once broke completely 10 years ago. Jake lost his wife and daughter in a car accident. He couldn't save them. He tried. He screamed. He pulled at the metal with his bare hands. But it was too late. Since that day, Jake stopped believing in second chances. He stopped believing in kindness. He rode every night to escape the silence of his empty house, to forget the ghosts that followed him. But one cold November night, everything changed. It was 2 a.m. The highway was empty. The wind was freezing. Jake was riding fast when he saw something strange on the side of the road. A small car broken down, lights flashing weakly. He slowed down. Should he stop? He never stopped for anyone, but something pulled him back. He turned his bike around and stopped near the car inside. He saw a woman. She looked terrified. Next to her was a little girl, maybe 5 years old, wrapped in a thin blanket. The woman rolled down the window just a little. Her hands were shaking. Jake spoke in a low voice. "You need help?" The woman hesitated. She was scared of him. Who wouldn't be? But then the little girl coughed a deep, painful cough. The woman's eyes filled with tears. "My daughter is sick, very sick. I need to get her to the hospital." "But my car won't start." Jake looked at the girl. She was pale. Her breathing was weak. He felt something twist inside his chest, a memory he tried so hard to forget. His own daughter, cold in his arms, gone forever. He swallowed the pain and said, "Get on my bike, I'll take you." The woman looked shocked. "But no time," Jake said firmly. "We go now." The woman picked up her daughter and climbed onto the bike behind Jake. She held the little girl tightly in one arm and grabbed Jake's jacket. With the other, Jake didn't say a word. He just rode, faster than he ever had before. The wind cut through them like ice. The little girl's breathing got weaker. The mother whispered prayers into the cold night air. Jake's heart pounded in his chest. Not again, please not. Again, he pushed the bike harder. The engine screamed faintly. They reached the hospital. Jake didn't wait for thanks. He helped the woman carry the girl inside, and then he turned to leave. But the woman grabbed his arm. "Wait, please. What's your name?" Jake paused. "It doesn't matter." "It does," she said, tears streaming down her face. "You saved her life." Jake looked at her for a moment, then at the little girl in the doctor's arms. "Just take care of her," he said quietly, and then he walked away, back to his bike, back to the road, back to the loneliness. But something had changed. Inside him, he felt it crack in the wall he'd built. Around his heart, for the first time in 10 years, he felt something other than pain. He felt purpose. Days passed. Jake tried to forget that night, but he couldn't. He kept thinking about the little girl, about her mother. Were they okay? Then one evening, he got a call, an unknown number. He almost didn't answer, but something made him pick up. "Hello?" A woman's voice, soft but strong. "Is this Jake?" He froze. "How did you get my number?" "I'm Sarah. The woman you helped that night. I asked around at the biker shops near the hospital. Someone knew you." Jake didn't know what to say. Sarah continued, "My daughter, Emma, is okay now. Because of you. I just wanted to say thank you. Really thank you." Jake's throat felt tight. "I'm glad she's okay." There was silence. Then Sarah said something that broke him. "Jake, Emma keeps asking about the angel who saved her. She calls you her guardian angel." Jake closed his eyes. "An angel, him. The man who couldn't save his own family." "I'm no angel," he whispered. "Maybe not," Sarah said gently, "but you were ours that night." Weeks went by. Sarah kept calling at first. Jake didn't know why he kept answering, but slowly, he realized something. He wasn't alone anymore. Sarah told him about her struggles, about raising Emma by herself, about the fear she felt every day, and Jake listened. For the first time in years, he talked too about his past, about the accident, about the guilt that ate him alive. Sarah didn't judge him. She just listened, and slowly, Jake started to heal one day. Sarah asked if he wanted to meet. Jake was terrified, but he said yes. When he arrived at Sarah's small apartment, Emma ran to him with a huge smile. She hugged his leg tightly. "You're my hero," she said. Jake knelt down. Tears filled his eyes. This little girl, this stranger. She saw him as a hero, not a broken man, not a failure hero. He hugged her back and whispered, "You saved me too, little one, that night." Sarah told Jake something that changed everything. "Do you know why I was on that highway so late?" she asked. Jake shook his head. "I was running away," she said quietly. "From my ex. He was dangerous. Violent. I was trying to reach a shelter in the next city, but my car broke down, and I thought, that was it. I thought we were going to die that night." She looked at Jake with tears in her eyes, "But then you came out of nowhere like a miracle." Jake felt his chest tighten. "I don't believe in miracles," he said. Sarah smiled. "Then maybe it's time you start over the next few months." Jake became part of their lives. He helped Sarah fix things around the house. He took Emma to the park. He was there when she took her first bike ride. He laughed again. He smiled again. He lived again. One evening, as they sat together watching Emma play, Sarah turned to Jake and said, "You know what's strange? That night you found us, I prayed for help. I prayed for someone to save us. And then you appeared." Jake looked at her. "I wasn't looking to save anyone. I was just riding to forget." Sarah smiled softly. "Maybe that's how it works. Maybe we find purpose when we stop looking for it." Jake thought about how one decision, one moment of stopping, one act of kindness changed everything. He reached over and held Sarah's hand. "Thank you," he said quietly. "For what?" she asked. "For letting me be someone's hero again. For giving me a reason to believe." Sarah squeezed his hand. "You were always a hero, Jake. You just needed someone to remind you." As the sun set that evening, Jake realized something powerful. He had spent 10 years running from his pain, 10 years believing he didn't deserve happiness. But that night on the highway, he didn't just save a little girl's life, he saved his own. Because sometimes, the people we save end up saving us too. And maybe that's what kindness really is. Not just a gift we give to others, but a second chance we give ourselves.